The town of Snuggleton, nestled deep within the Whispering Woods, was famous for two things: incredibly soft flannel pajamas and stories of a long-vanished knight. Young Leo felt overshadowed by these grand tales, shy and often overlooked. He spent evenings with his grandmother, Alara, whose warm cottage smelled of cinnamon and wisdom. Stroke his messy hair and whisper, "True courage, my Leo, isn't always loud. Sometimes it shines brightest in quiet moments." Leo longed to be brave, but felt his soft heart and quieter nature were useless compared to the bold heroes of legend. His favorite pajamas, deep blue and covered in tiny, slightly lopsided embroidered stars, were his nightly armor against the world's noise. One crisp autumn evening, a shadow fell over Snuggleton. Alara grew frail, her usual bright smile dimmed by a persistent cough that worried Leo deeply. The town doctor spoke in hushed tones about needing rare moonpetal blossoms from the treacherous slopes of Gloompeak Mountain, a place shrouded in mist, and whispered tales of a lonely, fearsome dragon guarding the summit. No one dared go. Fear was a thick fog heavier than the mountain mist. Seeing his grandmother fade, a fierce, unfamiliar ache bloomed in Leo's chest. Watching her struggle to sip her tea, her hands trembling, he knew he couldn't stand by. The legend of the night felt distant, but Alara's need was immediate and terrifyingly real. That very night, while Snuggleton slept uneasily, Leo made his decision. He wouldn't wear heavy armor. He had none. Instead, he pulled on his worn, comforting blue pajamas with the embroidered stars, the fabric soft against his skin like a promise of home. Taking only a small lantern, a pouch of Alara's favorite ginger biscuits for courage, and a deep breath that trembled only slightly, he slipped silently out the door. The path into the Whispering Woods was dark, the trees groaning in the wind like ancient giants. Every rustle in the undergrowth made his heart leap, but the image of Alara's pale face pushed him forward, step by hesitant step, deeper into the unknown. The climb up Gloompeak was arduous. Jagged rocks scraped his hands, and icy winds cut through his thin pajamas, making him shiver violently. The legendary dragon's roar echoed through the canyons, a sound that vibrated in Leo's bones and nearly froze his feet to the spot. Fear was a constant companion, whispering for him to turn back to safety. He stumbled often, his small lantern casting long, dancing shadows that played tricks on his frightened eyes. Yet, each time he fell, he thought of Alara's soft voice telling him stories by the fire, and he forced himself back up, clutching the ginger biscuits like a talisman. Their familiar sent a tiny anchor in the overwhelming darkness. Reaching the windswept summit at dawn, Leo braced himself for a monstrous beast. Instead, huddled within the ruins of a forgotten stone tower, he found not a terrifying dragon, but a magnificent creature shimmering with scales like captured moonlight. Its enormous, intelligent eyes, however, held a profound sadness that echoed Leo's own loneliness. The dragon wasn't roaring in anger, but in deep, aching sorrow, a sound that spoke of centuries of isolation and misunderstood fear. Its great head rested wearily on massive claws, wings folded tightly like a shield against the world. Leo's fear, sharp and cold moments before, began to melt into a wave of unexpected empathy for this lonely giant. Forgetting the danger, forgetting his quest for a terrifying moment, Leo remembered Alara's words about quiet courage. His hands shook as he slowly, carefully approached the enormous creature. He held out the last slightly crumbled ginger biscuit, his small offering trembling under the dragon's gaze. "Hello," Leo stammered, his voice barely a whisper against the wind. I brought this. It's good. My grandma makes them." He spoke softly, not of threats or demands, but of loneliness, of missing his grandmother's warmth, of feeling small and unseen. He told the dragon about Alara's kindness, her stories, and his desperate hope to help her. Tears welled in his eyes, genuine and unashamed. A deep rumble, softer now, vibrated from the dragon. It lowered its massive head, gently nudging the biscuit with its snout, then looking intently at Leo. The immense sadness in its eyes seemed to flicker with a spark of understanding. It shifted its great weight, revealing a hidden crevice behind it, glowing with an ethereal silver light. There, nestled amongst mossy stones, grew a cluster of moonpetal blossoms, their petals shimmering like captured starlight. With surprising tenderness, The dragon nudged one perfect blossom towards Leo with a single, careful claw. A silent gift acknowledging his quiet bravery and shared sorrow. Leo carefully gathered the precious bloom, his heart overflowing with gratitude not just for the flower, but for the unexpected connection. Leo raced back down Gloompeak, the precious Moonpetal Blossom held carefully in his hand, its cool light a beacon guiding him home. He burst into Alara's cottage as the sun painted the sky gold. The remedy made from the blossom worked, its gentle magic color returned to Alara's cheeks, her cough eased, and her warm smile, brighter than ever, filled the room. She listened, her eyes shining with tears of pride, as Leo told her not just of the perilous climb, but of the lonely dragon and the shared moment of understanding. He hadn't fought a monster, he'd offered kindness to a lonely soul. Snuggleton learned a new tale of Leo, the knight in shining pajamas, whose true armor wasn't steel, but empathy, and whose bravest act was a whispered hello and a shared biscuit offered in the cold dawn light. And high on Gloompeak, under the watchful moon, a dragon's roar softened into a contented sigh, no longer echoing with loneliness, but with the quiet memory of unexpected kindness. Leo learned that the most powerful magic wasn't found in force, but in the courage to offer your heart, even when it trembles, dressed only in pajamas under the stars.